Well, hello there, Planet Coaster Nation. I'm gonna present to you my Red Planet tribute. Yeah, this thing I've been working on. I've started a few months ago. Then I kind of took a break because I was playing other things and being busy and life. So, but I got back into it this week as I was on vacation and finally finished it. And well, finished it to my liking. It's not super detailed like some crazy people. Gaussian BTH, I'm looking at you. uh, so there it is. So that's the entrance. It's meant to be a tribute to Red Planet, which was a game in the 90s, played in Tesla pods, and basically the first multiplayer experience you could have. And it was basically racing on Mars in the canals and going super fast. So when I started to build my second big coaster, I said, "Hey, let's do a Red Planet thing." So I built this. And let's go way back. Whoops, sorry. So there it is, the overview. The it took me like about a week just to get the canyons and the mesas and stuff like that. And even as I was going along, I played a bit with it because like some parts were too flat, not enough detail. But yeah, and then after that, it took me like another week just for the track. When I laid down the track at first, it would basically kill people. It had like 13 Gs and stuff like that. It was way too scary. So I learned a lot about laying down tracks with this one. So yeah, and of course I took some inspiration from some people on little things. I didn't want to go too crazy on detailing because I wanted like this is supposed to be like a Mars mining thing. It's not supposed to be super crowded with stuff. So and most of the tracks is very close to the ground and sometimes underground. So I've already showed the small video with the ride itself. We'll do the ride in cinematic mode. I'm just gonna stop it and start the test. Camera, cinematic, and let's enjoy the ride. So I wasn't sure if it was gonna be a night coaster or a day coaster or something, but to really make the red planet pop out red, 5:30 in the afternoon is perfect. And I know some people don't like the lights in the tunnels. Johnny Five, I know, but I kind of like it, and uh, it was basically maybe a bit of a Doom thing about Mars, Argent energy type thing. So I said, no, it's gonna make it interesting. And anyway, there's not a lot of big tunnels, and it goes by really fast. And I spaced out the lights so that it's basically like a tunnel, so you feel like you go even faster. Yeah, the main part was making the lift hills interesting. This big rock structure was the first thing I built. Yeah, basically the two hills are the first things I built first, and then the mesas and canyons all around. Let it go its run. Go. And if some people ask, like, why did I leave like so many pillars? Well, that's actually kind of the Red Planet look. So there's some parts where there's lots of pillars you had to fly through. So I wanted to keep that. Yeah, this was also all full of pillars, but I decided that was too many pillars at that point, so I made that rock bridge. And this part was funny when I built the track. I was missing just a bit of speed to make it to the lift hill. It would like come up and then start to go back down. I was like, oh well. So I made this very small lift hill and then the big one. And the big one, I actually made it wider lately because it was basically going up, like going up nothing. So I said, yeah, I've got to make it a bit more interesting. And when it stops being interesting, well, you're already at the top, so it's not too bad. And those views are really nice, I find. And those big loops, you gotta do that by hand. You can't use the pre-made ones because they're just not big enough. It was a lot of fun to get just right. Well, just right to my taste, at least. And there you go. Go back in. And we're done. So the coaster itself is where do I have overview? Yeah, it's a floorless werewolf, but that's the track. And I switched the car to where does it show? Yeah, it's customized. Yeah, it's a Tiamat car. So because I wanted something to look sleek and fast, and so the Tiamat has the right look, but the Tiamat track doesn't go upside down. And I don't know. I really love things going upside down. You know, like an exploration coaster, but this one is more. It's both exploration and action. Go super fast. So that's why there's those big loops and big curves. And yeah, and the stats are. I'm pretty happy with the stats. So I wanted to go over 5,000, but my first one, I was just shy of 5,000. So I wanted to make sure I go over 5,000. And max speed 113. The biggest drop is off this here. I have to start naming like parts so it's easier. Well, this is like the spider rock thing. This is like the Devil's Tower thing. Okay, enough with the stats. Uh, a lot of the most of the domes you see, well, not most, all the domes you see are stuff I picked up on the workshop because I know how to do domes, but at this point I couldn't be bothered. So I said, "Oh, what the hell? Just go on the workshop." I looked up domes and everything that looks sort of sci-fi. I downloaded, and there was a good chunk, like very interesting, different ones. But all domes being domes, they basically all go together. Yeah, I'll keep this one for last. Uh, I was really happy with the small like chrome domes like this for this part. Just change the view a bit. Because at first there was basically nothing. There was just this big rock, and I had put one of the ships on a pad here, and the observatory, which is the same observatory I used in my volcano thing. And yeah, the lift hill was kind of dry, so I had to like dress it up a little bit. But then only one side was dressed up, so I said, okay, well, widen it and add more stuff to it. Uh, let's go back to this. Go here. So under this dome, I put like this is the water treatment plant. This is actually one of mine. Little like observation thing with a door and antenna. Those chimneys I picked up off the workshop. And oops, sorry about that. Where am I? Thank you. Switching views sometimes. I'll while I'm talking, I'll just set it like 1:30 p.m. Come on, one. Thank you. There's plain daylight. That's how I built it, basically. Uh, so yeah, so a lot of parts are like straight out of Planet Coaster. Uh, I customize a bit of the stuff. The chimney. Oh yeah, the chimney stacks. The chimney stacks are something very Red Planet. There's chimney stacks sort of like that in the Red Planet game, so that's all me. So at least there's that. And of course, the big advantage of doing a Martian thing is you don't have to put trees all over the place. But I did find a way. Like I put a dome here and made a little chill area for this guard. He's having his break time with frogs in the little green part. And of course, there's the airlock that leads to nowhere. So, like in my immersion, everything is happening inside the Devil's Tower. Hello, building. And the other thing interesting I made was the archaeological dig. So I took the same, it's basically the same dome as those plants. And that was my girlfriend's idea. So it's basically take the dome, flip it, and make like a globe. And in my immersion, that's like an archaeological dig. And we have people working and robots and guards, of course, because you have to guard all that expensive stuff. And yeah, they found life on Mars or something. All right. And yeah, well, a thing I always like those big, the Skywatch Tower. So let's go, okay, let's go a bit faster to it. So, of course, with the big Skywatch, I decided, hey, let's do another plant area. So the whole queue is like dressed up in plants and stuff and rocks. And just this is enough to give your queue 100%. I was like, oh, okay, that's not that bad. Not that bad. And of course, we'll do the entire queue. So I named it Pain God's Revenge as an homage to Pain God's passage in Red Planet. So it's my first really dressed up queue. A little work area. Whoopsie. Sorry, wall. So a little work area on the vehicle. It's being torn apart. Hello. And little planet things, and yeah, very important. Wear your safety goggles because this thing is fast. Of course, what sci-fi thing would be a sci-fi thing without some radioactive pools? And the slogan of Red Planet is this. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Uh, I enjoyed making it. It was for my first, well, it's not my first big build. Like the volcano was as big, or if not bigger. But I think this one is a bit better. So it shows some improvement. So now it's on to the next project, which I'm not exactly sure yet. Probably something alpine. Don't know quite yet, but I know I was a skier. I don't like some stuff has been done with skis. Now we have chairlifts in the game. Uh, don't exactly know. So if you have any ideas of what I could do for something really really big, please mention this in the comments. And there you go. So thank you very much. It was the little tour making of Red Planet Tribute. If you have any questions, fire up. Thank you very much, guys, and see you around. Goodbye.